Hey guys, how are you doing today? So I wanted to actually talk about some of the round 14 submissions. Um, this time around, things seem to have been just a little bit different. Also, there's some things I kind of want to put out there that kind of like upsets me as a person who, I mean, from a consumer standpoint, it upsets me for a little bit. So I'm gonna go talk about each one of these items that got accepted into the game, and then talk about some items that we all seen in my previous videos that didn't get accepted into the game. The operator stuff is like all new, so I was kind of certain that mostly all the operator stuff that they showed was gonna come into the game. Um, this is gonna be a long video, so I will say if you want to like watch it in the background and then look back every so often to see what's going on. I'm gonna be opening like a lot of tabs right now to just kind of show off everything that was shown, URLs and stuff. So I already knew that we would get a lot of weapon skins first and foremost because they had a lot of good weapon skins, and the weapon skins I actually thought we might not get, we actually got into the game. And some of the weapon skins that were showed got overlooked. Now, I feel like if you've seen my previous video, I feel like some of the things that was on the market or the workshop, some of that stuff disappeared. It's kind of evidence because like I looked at the workshop, and that's what I'm gonna show in this video. I looked at the workshop page, and I'm like, some things are missing. So one of the main things that I'm actually disappointed about is this right here. This is the Chroma Markai skin made by Lakinu. Now, I didn't mind the skin at all. The skin doesn't look that bad. I say that bad because compared to something else Lakinu made, I feel like the other thing that Lakino made for a Warframe that has like no skins in the game, maybe that should have been a better choice. Actually, let's see if I can go to Lakino's workshop. Yeah, from right here. So I'm gonna go to Lakino workshop. Um, that I actually like the operator accessory. That made it to the game, and this made it to the game. Also, does. I'm glad that these two things didn't make it to the game. Only for the simple fact that I feel like it really it makes the game feel too silly. But one of the things that I feel like should have made it over the Chroma Markai skin. I'm gonna do a side by side so you can see this a little bit better. But so right here, this was posted on May 19th and then updated on August 14th. I can tell you right now, not much changed. Maybe they updated the textures at most, but this was posted on June 23rd and never got an update. So I could probably say that maybe because it was a long time ago that it got forgotten from June 23rd of 2018 to May, but it got updated on August. But at the same time, you look down here, I always show in the videos how many unique visitors and how many favorites it has. From looking at that, you could tell how many people looked at the scans and then favorites. The people who are favorited the scans are people that probably say, yes, I would like to see this in the game. So from sheer numbers, you can see which one of these are more popular by looks of it. Now, I will also say Korra does not have that many skins in the game. So why did we not get this Korra skin over the Chroma skin? Now, a reason why could possibly be because I don't know where it's at because I wasn't paying attention to what I clicked on, but I'm gonna find it. It's probably because we got a skin that was similar. So because of Titania Lamphara skin made by the same person, um, got into the game, maybe they didn't want to give us the same type of skin. Because you can see both of these things are like pretty big. Looking at the numbers down there. But even so, they didn't want to give us something that looks exactly the same. Then I'm going to argue with that and show all. Yeah, I went to the right, same exact, the right place. This right here I was actually very upset with the fact that this made it into the game. Because there's multiple items that appeared on September 4th or or right before the deadline. Because the deadline was September 5th. There's a bunch of items that appeared on September 4th that I would say was somewhat better than this. This Necro's helmet, nothing was wrong with it. It looks okay. It looks like a lantern or something, and it matches the Sindana and stuff that Melayu made. Um, I doubt I'm gonna find all the pieces that it made, so I'm gonna just go to the page and show you. These two items also came into the game with this helmet, so I'm gonna show you right here. All three of these things came into the game. The Tonfa, the Chandelier Sandana. The Chandelier Sandana I don't mind because it is unique, and I'm guessing like all this is a piece of a set. I feel that's why all three of them came into the game like the way it did. And maybe now I'm complaining about it because it came in at the last second, and there's multiple things that came in or was being submitted last second that got into the voting queue that actually was approved. So the only thing I can see is that because it came in as a set, there was like, okay, these are three unique pieces that look good together, and then they probably gave it to us like that. I mean, okay, I won't lie to you. Even though it may look somewhat decent, I'm not gonna buy that. I hope somebody buys it because I mean that's supporting the game and supporting those TennoGen. I am all for supporting TennoGens, but amongst the stuff in the previous video, I will link in the description and have at the end of the video for you to see. You're gonna see a lot of items in the entirety that happened before the deadline, and I want you guys to honestly tell me: do you rather these three items, or do you rather some of the items that was in the video beforehand? So I'm gonna close these out. Go on to the next item. This Loki helmet it was under the radar. I don't even remember when this was even posted, but it got updated after it came into the game. So that's what kind of confuses me. Like whenever we get items that are updated after they was approved, I understand that you have to like update some textures and stuff, but I didn't even see this Lumbo helmet. I mean not Lumbo, this Loki helmet at all in the workshop whenever I made the video for items that was coming into the workshop. And I will go over here and show off what Loki helmets we got. Alright, so that's another thing. As you saw just now, I don't know why it does that, but you saw when I clicked on Loki, it says 7 items, right? But there's only 2 up here. There's a couple of Loki items that are approved in the game, but I don't know how to filter through that to show approved for a game and not approved for a game. Because I doubt this. Actually, I'm gonna just test it out instead of just questioning. So we go pick approved for game. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, 6, 7. So there you go. So literally every Loki item seems to have gotten approved for the game. So that's 5 plus the other 2, making it 7. So even though that was not on the radar, it's like, okay, I guess they wanted to finish off by giving us a Loki helmet, I guess, to a certain degree. That's one of the things I want to talk about right there too. I should put my phone on vibrate. I'm sorry. But this skin made by Hitsusan, I actually like this skin a lot. I'm actually thankful that it came into the game. That skin, this skin should probably be right next to where I was. So this skin made by Hitsusan, I actually put it black and white in my video. I said, I don't think this is going to come into the game because it was submitted at the last minute. Or actually, I lied to myself when I said that. Even I think I looked back at it. It was not submitted at the last minute, but I didn't see it until like the very end. It was posted on August 22nd. I haven't seen anything from it. I usually check like TennoGen every 2 weeks, every week, and then go back every 2 weeks after looking at it weekly. I have not even seen this thing, but I'm glad it did come into the game because this Equinox skin is actually amazing, as well as the rapier that came with it. Um, so that's one thing I will approve. And by the way, his design makes a lot of this stuff, as you can see from some of the items that are already in the game that his design made. His design is probably maybe I'm not putting words into DE's mouth, but his design I definitely could tell is probably one of their favorite TennoGen, and they will accept most of the work that they make when it comes to making skins for their game. And I mean, I like his design work too. Now, this sword made by Beastbuster is one of the weapons that came in. I'm totally kind of going out of order here, but I'm going as I find the tabs. It's a regular sword skin, and I can't remember what framing it was supposed to go with, but I'm pretty sure it was either Rhino or Zephyr. I will go to Beastbuster Workshop. I probably will find an image or showing the weapon with the frame if it loads faster now. And then I really hope that while it loads, I'm gonna talk about this. I really hope that we get like multiple rounds of TennoGen because for this round, because there's a lot of stuff that came in the month of September just for round 14 that we didn't even get. That's gonna take. I don't know why it's gonna load. So I'm gonna just go on to the next item. This skin for Equinox, I like some of Overjoin the Graphical Warriors skins, but I don't like this. To me, it doesn't look that well. I don't like some of his infested skins. This skin looks creepy. It looks like it could fit for a Halloween skin, honestly. But nah, I don't like this. It doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look appealing. The fleshiness of the skins, they kind of look just weird to me. I don't. It looks like a final boss of a Devil May Cry game or something. Well, not a final boss, but it looks like a boss in a Devil May Cry game or something like that. I don't like it, but it got into the game. I found some skins could have been looking better. Now this, I don't have any complaints about this. I'm glad this got into the game. It's one of my most anticipated items. And I congratulate Lair 2012 for this skin to finally get into the game. I've been waiting for this skin since like 2 rounds ago. But I'm glad they updated it and then made it pique DE's interest to make it come into the game. I really love it. Alright, Zephyr grass skin, that was a given. Grass skins are, I feel like, a given when it comes to them getting in the game. It's just a matter of time. Seems like all of Faven has went from making like frost skins. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you the difference of what I'm talking about. So Faven, where you go? Looking for his frost skin. His frost skin has to be like the most simplistic of all of them. His frost and his Excalibur skin. Like those two are like pretty simple when it comes to grass skins, as well as Ember, but Ember Prime acts to actually make the skin more unique. So all three of these, he even remade the Nova one, I think. There should be 2 Nova ones. I think, yeah. So this is the difference between Faven back then and Faven now. This is his Frost one. Not Frost. His Excalibur one aged pretty well because I think his Excalibur one still looks basic, but still looks okay. Now that's what his style looked like to begin with, and then this is what it looked like with Ember. They had all the same patterns, and then kind of had that kind of asymmetrical face on them. Mostly all of them look the same. Even the Rhino one looks exactly the same. It's okay. And then the Frost one was the first one where I kind of noticed he's trying a different style with it. He has all the same patterns, but he's trying a different style with it because most of them all kept the metallic. But since Frost had a cloak anyway to begin with, all he did is change the textures on it, which I found the Frost one being the first unique one of all the ones created because of how Frost is. But at the same time, looking at some of his newer works, I'm like, yeah, that's nothing compared to what he does now. Even the Mirage one is kind of like that. So that's like his first gen of that, including Nova. And I think Nova, when he made the new Nova skin, that's whenever he started changing his style, and I think his skins became a lot more aesthetically pleasing. And that's when I really started to appreciate his work as a TennoGen artist. But yeah, everything after his Nova skin, like his Nova, his Mesa, his Hydroid, Uh, I think it went from being actually, did he always name them Grax? I think he did have a name for them at first. No, I don't know, I don't remember. But either way, after he made like Seren ish and Valkyr, that's whenever his art started to really pick up when it comes to being a TennoGen artist. And then, as you can see, how he looked, how his art looked back then, and then starting around, like I said, Nova, it just evolved into a whole new level. So I'm losing track of my pages here. Yeah, there you go. With Nova, Hydroid, Mag, Atlas, Mesa. I'm gonna show you all of them as I'm talking about. Zephyr and Necros, Haro, Vauban, Chroma, and Lumbo now. I'm opening a lot of tabs. So Nova 1 looks fantastic. Hydro 1 looks phenomenal, even though he has them thick hips, but everything else around the skin looks pretty nice. I would really like for him to or DE to figure out a kind of fix with the prime accents, because some prime accents on Warframes make the skins look pretty bad. Same with Hydroid. I love the Hydroid grass skin, but I cannot use it with his prime variant, and it clips through a lot of the actual skins accents and stuff like that. Like his Grax Atlas skin is probably my favorite one out of all of them. His Mason one is pretty good too. I actually waited a long time before I even picked the Mason one. I didn't appreciate it until way far after with the Ulysses boom. I didn't pick it up until way after, but I like it. I'm eventually gonna collect every Grax skin just to support Faven, because Faven makes beautiful stuff. I have yet to pick up the Necros one because I need more fashion frame loadouts. Horror one, that has to be my favorite out of all of them. And I don't use Vauban at all, but the skin for it looks pretty damn good. I picked up the Chroma one too, day one. And the Lumber one, that Limbo skin looks fantastic. I can't wait for it to come into the game. I'm gonna buy that day one and show off my fashion frame for it. So look forward to that, guys. And I'm gonna get the weapon too, because I do like the rapiers. Rapiers are pretty cool weapons. Now, off from Faven stuff, like I said, it's guaranteed to get in the game. As you can see, mostly everything that Faven made, minus like 2 weapon skins, has actually made it into the game. I'm gonna get onto Beastbuster after. Now, Ernie X, I've said that this skin was an honorable mention, so I actually was surprised that it got into the game, but also not, because the skin itself looks fine. I'm completely fine with the skin getting into the game, because we don't have that many skins for Nyx, so I feel like whenever DE chose all the skins for this round of TennoGen, they chose to pick skins that are for characters who don't have skins like that. But that's also a contradiction, because I'm coming back to this point right here. This Korra skin could have got into the game over Chroma, because it seems like it had more favorites and possibly more votes. And Korra doesn't have any TennoGen skins. So I don't see why it didn't get into this game, even though you gave us Mithra, or the Mithra style skin that Lakinu made for Titania. That's what kind of confuses me about DE, and it makes me angry to a certain degree that we got this but didn't get the last item. Chroma has more skins than Korra, so why did we get this Chroma skin over Korra? I don't even like Korra like that, but I love that Korra skin. I would have bought that Korra skin just for fashion frame, even though I don't use Korra. That's what I'm saying. Like, for people who are in the same boat as me, I hope I'm not alone in this, but for people like me, I buy skins because they look good. Don't matter if I use the Warframe or not. I don't use Banshee, but guess what? I bought the Banshee Deluxe skin. I also bought the Banshee Blade of Lotus skin, and I bought the Banshee skin made by Protested Sid, because I like the art of it. We could go back to Beastbuster. So this weapon skin, I was actually surprised that came into the game. We got a lot of good weapon skins actually at the time, as well as that one. That one's pretty good. I already said how I feel about that one. That one's yeah. They had a. I'm actually gonna see if I can find it. Like I said, this is gonna be a long video about me ranting. I'm sorry, guys. There's a skin, a weapon skin made by Lead that I was sure it was for Arcoplasma. That's another thing right there that I thought really should have made it into this round, considering that we don't have any of Ibarra skins. I can click on the relay from right here. So Led made two weapon skins actually. This one right here and that one. I'm okay because we got like a lot of heavy blade weapons anyway, so I can't really complain about that one. But this Arca Plasma, one of your most popular shotguns in the game, it got some type of TennoGen love, and maybe it because the I want you guys to kind of tell me in the comment section which one of these skins you like better. I will say the Mifra one is just kind of cool because it has those little blonde parts right here, and the kind of, I won't say Chinese, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's a peaceful pattern, but I don't know what kind of pattern to describe it. Like maybe tribal, I guess ish. I don't know, but it looks cool. But I think we should have got both, honestly. Because if you were gonna give us one weapon skin, I would have liked at least two. I mean, one primary weapon skin. I would like two of them. Let's go back to the rest of them. Like I said, Given, favorite PS. Given came as a set. We only didn't get like two of his sets. I noticed that too. Like Warframe sets, we keep on getting a lot of. Processor probably one of my top 10 TennoGen orders. So keep up the good work. Um, IXC. I like this mask, especially like guard that definitely fits. The mask looks pretty cool, even though even if it wasn't meant to like match guard, but it seemed like it looks like glass, kind of like guard. So I'm okay with that one. All the TennoGen items that were for operators, totally fine with them. Wait, this actually came into the game? I thought it. Oh, okay. I guess it did because it's up there. I didn't think that would, but I guess it did. That one, I love the whole thing that Led did. Like all the Led pieces, I'm glad all of them got into the game. So you can mix and match the whole set and wear it. I'm probably gonna buy every piece of it and then equip it. So sadly to say, we only got two Sendanos. Like that's not a lot. We usually get at least four Sendanos. We didn't get any Sendanos that time around. So I was very confused about that. But since I went through all the items and talked about it a little bit, let's go on to what I was gonna say. So Beastbuster, this sword, I'm pretty sure the sword was part of Zephyr. Yeah, the sword was part of Zephyr. That same sword right there that we got into the game was part of Zephyr Blade of the Lotus skin. Zephyr Blade of the Lotus skin is the only one we don't have in the game. So you would think, would we getting this blade, because they seem to be going with the sets, they would have got the Zephyr Blade of the Lotus skin, but we didn't. Now another thing is, I'm saying I wish we would have gotten, or I hope that we would be getting more than one wave of TennoGen this time around, because we got like last time we got like actually let me just Google it. TennoGen round 13. So TennoGen round 13. Let's see what we got. We got like at least 8 to 10 skins. We got 10 skins. That's 5 and 5. We got 6 Sendanos. We got 1 helmet, 3 weapon skins, and 1 Lisette. Now, I understand helmets are like lackluster when you got a whole skin that you can get instead. So I understand that's completely cool. Awesome. 2 helmets. Okay, cool. I'm surprised we got 2 helmets anyway. But we got 8 skins this time. But then there's like quality of the skins. 2 of them I definitely could say could have got picked. I understand the next one, but the other Equinox one, that's a man. That's a hit or miss for me. But yeah, I mean, like, there's a, like, for example, this skin right here for Evolver, I would have liked this skin over that infested looking Equinox skin 100%. Let's see, which one was that anyway? The Chroma Morkai skin, they would have give us like anything. Which one was it? The Magura. Yeah, let's see the difference between these skins. Let's compare. Let's compare and contrast these skins. September 4th, made like right before the deadline. 9,500 unique visitors, 141 favorites. This one was made August 29th. So like 6 days before the deadline. More unique visitors by a long shot, and more current favors by a long shot. So I don't know if it was because DE were like maybe focusing on tunes a little bit too much, and they kind of didn't look through the Warframe workshop as much as they probably should have. Maybe they went through like the first couple of 3 pages and they just picked skins that looked cool at the time. But I feel like a lot of TennoGen artists got cheated this time around. I'm sorry, I'm gonna apologize again because this video is being very long. But I'm just kind of ranting. I don't know if you guys are gonna like listen to this completely, but I just want to put it out here. There's a bunch of stuff that just could have came into the game this time around, but just kind of like got overlooked. I want to express that to you guys who like follow TennoGen as much as me or something like that. Like for example, this skin by Protestant, it doesn't look as good as the other Gara, I mean not other core skin, but I mean it looks pretty cool. I mean he looked like he could work on it just a little bit more to make it achieve his final form. But I like this skin that he made before. Um, Beastbuster. Let me go back to talking about that guy. Beastbusters, all of the Beastbuster skins are pretty nice. So he made additional 4. He made additional 4 skins for his frames. I'm hoping this comes into round 14 part 2 or just round 15 in general. By the way, at the end of the week, I'm gonna do a round 15 week 1 video. I'm gonna start doing them by weeks. So I'm gonna go through all the items that I think look good enough that I hope DE will pick to come into the game. This is just a rant video about me talking about TennoGen. But this looks good from Beastbuster. I hope you guys like it too. This is Saren, made by Beastbuster. I think all of them have more than 10k. Nidus is probably the fan favorite out of all of them, has 50k. I think the Nidus one looks pretty cool. And then the Excalibur one has like more than 10k too. That's 18,000. That fire on the top of his head just like really pops. Like that, I think that just makes the skin just really cool. All of them are pretty nightly looking, and it gives you a different feel from looking at the Warframe. I love skins that give you a different take of a Warframe. It looks like Warframe, because I remember when they talked about like some of the skins not fitting Warframe aesthetics or something like that. That skin looks like a Warframe to me. Just looks like a different version of it. Also, another skin that people are probably disappointed on right here, the MZ3 Nidus Night Hunter skin. I am baffled myself that amongst all the stuff, we didn't get a Nidus skin. Nidus doesn't have any skins besides the one deluxe skin. There have been multiple items for Nidus, yet we haven't gotten a single skin for Nidus. I would have really thought that we had at least got one skin for Nidus, but none. We didn't get the Ion skin by Yatis. We didn't get the Night Hunter skin made by MZ3, nor did we get the Beastbuster skin made by Beastbuster. Like, how do we not get the Blade of the Lotus skin, the Night Hunter, or the Ion skin? The Ion skin has been there longer than anything. And just look at the fans. Okay, I already had that open. But look at the fans, or people who look at TennoGen and vote on these skins and stuff like that. Look at the reaction for them. This is more than some of the skins that we actually got, like the Ernie X skin for Nyx and the other skin for Equinox. All 3 of these skins have had probably more visitors and favorites than those 2 skins entirely. So this is what I'm saying, like about this round 14. Even though we got some decent stuff round 14, this has to be my most hated round for TennoGen because of the stuff that it seems like we're lacking. If I feel like this round we really got cheated, and I can't blame DE to a certain degree because yeah, they probably had like a lot of stuff on their plate trying to give us Fortuna and trying to give us Railjack afterwards and stuff and such like that. Like I understand they got a lot of stuff on their plate, but I would really hope that next round we get like people who are actually looking at the TennoGen stuff and submitting them to the right people to get them looked at. And I'm going to go show some other things here and there that came by. Also, I noticed that like a bunch of stuff disappear off the workshop. I don't, to a certain degree, it is stuff that get voted on that is no longer in the voting queue. But other than that, there's still a lot of stuff that just disappears out of the workshop. And this is gonna be my last couple of things before I end the video, because I mean I already am sitting at 30 minutes in the video. I don't want to make it any longer than that and make you guys suffer. So I'm gonna go up to page 6 and just pick out some unique looking items, because you guys need to see what I'm talking about. That I didn't like the chroma one anyway, so I'm gonna ignore that one. I'm sorry. So I'm going to page 7 so you can see. I'm scrolling through and gonna like talk about them a little bit before I end it. I don't want this video to be longer than 40 minutes. It seems like it's getting close to that. And this is page 7. So we went back pretty far. I remember this. I made a video about that like 4 or 3 months ago, and that one like 4 or 3 months ago. So I'm pretty far back. So going through here, this skin was made by Hydroxate. Hydroxate makes some pretty decent skins. Totally got overlooked when it comes to Ember skin. Round 15, I really do hope that this skin will come into the game, because the Ember Lucia skin, it looks pretty neat. It's basic but cool looking at the same time, and it kind of looks like charred flesh and kind of somewhat infested, but not completely infested. It looks more synthetic, put it like that. It looks more synthetic. Yeah, that's a good word. I'm good with it. 10,000 visitors. This helmet for Equinox, I would have rather this helmet for Equinox than that whole skin for Equinox that we got, made by Pi Drago. And you can go back in the video if you don't really want to and look at the timestamp or whatever and go find the other skin for Equinox. But I'm pretty sure this is higher than the other Equinox skin. This sword that we got, I mean, actually, because we got a lot of good weapons, I don't mind. But this sword was a pretty cool sword. I like this big sword. And maybe they didn't want to give it to us because we're already going to have a giant katana come into the game, so that's probably why. But still, all honesty, I would still like this sword to come into the game eventually. Frost Ion skin. This rips a hole in my heart just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. My boy Frost does not have that many good skins in the game. This skin made by Yardis, like, I really was hoping that this skin would have came into the game. I actually thought this would be one of the number one skins we would have got in the game for Frost. Or just #1 skins that we would have got for TennoGen round 14. It probably would be at the top of my round 15 video that I'm going to make at the end of the week, because I need to see if they're going to actually give us new skins, or TennoGen is going to submit new skins by the end of the week. But this is definitely going to be in my top 10 skins that we're going to put in the video. I'm going to think of a format. I'm going to put the format in the description whenever I do the video, though. This sword, if we get that skin for Frost, this sword has to come. This sword skin was made for Frost, so it makes sense. This polearm made by Faven came with Horror. Didn't get it yet, so it's definitely going to go in the next video. But this is what I'm saying, like, things that they missed out on that was slightly better. This sword by Void Punch, I wanted it. It's cool enough. I want to use sword skins like that, or just pointing out some cool skins. I remember it because it looks pretty cool. It left something in my memory telling me to go back and look at it. So that means it left an impression on me. This Lisette skin made by Onus Pro Bondi. Looks pretty cool. We get another Lisette skin. I hope this is in the top of the list. And literally that's everything. I don't want to make it any longer than this. If you made it this far into the video, I will give you a little small clap. I appreciate you. I really do. But tell me how you guys feel about TennoGen round 14. Tell me you are completely okay with everything that we got. Tell me if you feel somewhat salty about the stuff that we didn't get. Tell me you feel that DE was kind of rushing and they kind of overlooked a lot of good skins made by usual TennoGen artists like Reku, Protesters, and Hitsu-san, or Hydroxate, stuff like that. Those are like big wicks to me. Faven, Reku, Hydroxate, Hitsu-san, Led 2012. Those guys are like top 5 for me. But tell me how you guys feel about what we didn't get for this round in the description if you made it this long into the video. I'm sorry for the long rant. I just wanted to get this off my chest and show off some things. Now I gotta think of a thumbnail. So you guys have a beautiful day. Like, comment, subscribe if you like my TennoGen videos, and I hope you stay tuned in for more content coming your way. Okay, bye.